We got to talk about this Chris Charlton. He was going full Jim Cornette. There was some real heat here. These guys found a money mark. So he actually said a money mark. They found a money mark. And this guy took away Okada and Jay White and Kenny Omega. And what have they done since, he screams. I'm like, oh my God. Tell them that they're paid by a con. Vinny and I just got done watching Wrestle Kingdom. We're going to do this show. We're going to go eat at the Brazilian steakhouse. God damn it, we've earned it. And then we're going to come back and we're going to watch Wrestle Dynasty. And then we're going to do another show.
Right.
That's 8 hours of wrestling in 2 shows today.
Azumi versus Mayu Iwatani for the IWGP Women's title. Dude, I guarantee you there was more stuff in this match than that whole 35-minute rainbow. So most injuries in wrestling, it seems, is like the dumbest, simplest, safest stuff. Seth Rollins tore his ligaments, I believe, doing a sunset flip landing on both feet. Rob Van Dam broke his leg doing a baseball slide. Bryan Danielson, of all people, separated his shoulder just getting thrown out of the ring. Doki got injured doing something that looked incredibly dangerous, and it was. Yoda gets a spear, which I guess he calls it the Gene Blaster.
What a horrible name. It's his dong?
I mean, that's what I think of Gene's being blasted.
Chris Charlton, I guess, told the story about how he had 3 eye surgeries to make his right eye better. They didn't work, and so he got surgery to make his left eye worse. That can't be true.
I hope not.
That cannot be true, unless it's the same doctor that took out Shibata's brain. It just didn't feel like a Tokyo Dome main event. Shota did not feel like a main event challenger for the IWGP title in the main event of the Tokyo Dome.
Was it the best Tokyo Dome main event I ever saw? Absolutely not.
No.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I do think one thing is clear when this whole thing is said and done. The best thing for New Japan right now would probably be more Konosuke Takeshita. And that might be the best thing for Takeshita as well.
If you're going to watch one or the other, watch Wrestle Dynasty.
Yeah.
Miles and miles better than the Wrestle Kingdom show the day before.
Mina Shirakawa versus Mercedes Moné. Very good match.
Yeah, I thought this was a very good match.
So this was the Young Bucks show.
God damn. Do you realize these guys haven't wrestled in 2 months? They just were out there like the best tag team of all time. Like it was effortless. Like it was a day off. This fucking Kenny Omega, dude. You know what? I sent a text to someone right before this match started. And I said, I'll bet he's back. It's like he's never left, as good as ever. I just had this feeling.
Kenny looked like freaking Kenny Omega. Shredded, tan, lean, fit, moving. All his timing was great. It was ridiculous. Fuck. My ace, my president, Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yes.
One of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He was weeping at how great Kenny Omega and Gabe Kidd was.
We got to talk about this Chris Charlton. I get wanting to do an AEW versus New Japan storyline, but like, Charlton was going nuts. He was going full Jim Cornette. He actually said, these guys found a money mark. So he actually said a money mark. They found a money mark. And this guy took away Okada and Jay White and Kenny Omega. And what have they done since, he screams. I'm like, oh my God. There was some real heat here. And I heard a lot of people saying a lot of things about this guy. I'm not talking about fans, like, you know, people within the company that were just like, I think we might have gone a little crazy there.
Poor Ricochet and Zack Sabre Jr. They had like the best match you ever saw that wasn't anywhere near as good as the match that happened right before it. Couldn't touch Kenny Omega and Gabe Kidd.
Granny, I don't know about that new camera angle. We're just looking at like a white wall with a calendar on it.
Yeah.
It's like a cell.
Yeah, you look like you're in jail or something.
Yeah.
Okay, which way you want me to go?
I want to be on the other side of you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
Okay, so that's out then.
Okay, well, can I come over and put it on the other side?
Now?
Not now, obviously. I'm talking about for next week's show.
What is your 2025 New Year resolution?
I was going to stop procrastinating, but I'm going to wait till next year.
How come I don't have like one of those drops for when Craig makes a joke like that?
Ba-dum-cha.
Yeah, I think I need one of those.
Patrick Michael, who's set himself up for failure here, to be more patient with my kids and finish the TNA Asylum years.
What? Your resolution is to finish the Asylum years?
Not to mention,
Do you hate yourself?
if you do this, you will then abuse your children.
CM Punk versus Dominic. Punt is in the ring waiting for Dominic.
Off
The
to a
crowd-
great start. Who is that? Punt?
Has McAfee ever called himself CM Punt? And if not, he should.
You said CM Punt, like a football punt.
Oh, no, it's Punk. I had written down here Punt, though.
Okay.
So she read punt.
400 multiple choice, memorable 506 to events, questions, and answers.
Can you start that over again one more time?
I don't want to.
Okay.
Multiple choice about something events.
Watts says, are you upset? Why shouldn't I be upset? They're bypassing me. They're pushing me aside.
This feud is built around Mr. Wrestling 2 wants that belt, and someone else has been made the number one contender, and he thinks that he should be the number one contender. That's what this is all built around. He's going to throw away his friendship because that guy got named number one contender and he didn't. It's all about the belt. I like it.
In a vacuum, what a great, great match. In context, why was Buddy Matthews kicking out of Oscutters? Why is Buddy Matthews kicking out of a Hidden Blade? Why is Buddy Matthews kicking out of a Styles Clash? Perhaps this banger, which should not have been a banger, leads to something down the road with the House of Black.
Well, what it appears to be leading to is the end of Malachi. He appears to be gone. You know, everyone there thinks he's gone.
And then Hobbs hits a big spine buster on Kyle O'Reilly and pins him. So yes, it is Powerhouse Hobbs versus Jon Moxley for the world title next week. For at least one show, somebody got elevated. And that's good news.
So everyone listen very carefully before you get mad that I would say anything negative about anything. I don't know why we're doing these matches all the time. It's got to be like once a year. This is your one chance, like the Royal Rumble. Once a year, this is your one chance to be like bottom of the card and somehow win this thing and go on to get a title match. They've had multiple over the last 6 months, and I just think it's too many. But, you know, it was fun for what it was.
Jon Moxley brought me to AEW, but I'm going to shock the world, and I'm going to make Jon Moxley my bitch.
He did a great job with the delivery.
Yeah.
And he threw out that line, and man, Renee was disgusted.
Ian Riccaboni interviews Jeff Jarrett, who was immediately interrupted by MJF. And this is a classic MJF promo segment where it's good. Man, it goes a long time. The rated R superstar Cope comes out for a promo.
I will not do it.
He's wearing a shirt that says rated R Legend. And the legend has an extra D.
Yes,
so the word
E-D-G-E.
that is such a better name. Why is he not Legend?
Legend.
It's better than Cope. Have I mentioned lately that Harley Cameron is the most talented performer in professional wrestling?
You haven't lately.
Well, let me say it again. Harley Cameron is the most talented performer in professional wrestling. And on the social medias, she is singing a song about Mariah May. Just calls her a whore, ribble person, and a cunning woman. And promises again she will feel the wrath, feel the wrath, feel the wrath. She's awesome in every single thing she does all the time. She's great. Just great.
This crowd, not a good crowd. I mean, this was Kenny Omega coming back for his first AEW appearance in forever. And they just cheered. It wasn't like the big homecoming. It wasn't, the roof wasn't blown off the place. They weren't going crazy for the guy. It was just like, well, there's Kenny. What's he going to say?
So it's Julia versus Roxanne Perez. They had a very intense, very athletic match. Julia hits another Northern Lights bomb and wins. Hell of a match. And then we get a Javon Evans promo with his jaw wired shut. Fantastic. I'm going to find you, he says. For what you did to Cedric, for what you did to me, I'll make you feel my pain. Triple H and Nick Khan are shown in the front row.
Yeah.
If you told me this is the first time Nick Khan had ever been at a wrestling show, I would believe you. He had no idea what the hell was going on or what to do.
The Rock walks in. Rock says, I hope to see you on the main roster someday. Ethan responds, and I quote, I hope so. He begins to leave, and Rock slaps him on the sweet ass as he leaves. And Ava says, Rock, what are you going to say in this big moment? Fucking Rock says, do you have any advice?
He's not lying, everyone. The Rock asked Ava for advice on a promo.
I swear to God. She says, just go out there and you'll feel what to say. Between Ethan and Rock's byplay, which looked like it was just all on the fly.
Oh, 100%.
And fucking him asking Ava for advice on how to do a promo. and her actually giving him advice and him trying to like take this all seriously. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And you know what the great irony is? When he actually went out to do his promo at the end of the show, he in fact appeared to have no idea what he was going to say.
And the last thing you hear on the CW, thankfully with a 7-second delay, is The Rock standing there, close up on his face. He just says, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to say. Obafemi, your new NXT champion. A very cool moment, I thought. Out comes Julia with her belt. They both hold their belts up high. There's confetti and lights and a big show, celebrating the best of the best, making the championship seem important. I like that a lot.
At this time last year, everywhere I went, I heard the same thing. Why are you so mean to Cody? Don't be mean to Cody. He has to finish his story. But he says 1 year later on Netflix, I wanted to give my props to Cody. And what did he say? You can't be nice to Cody. Oh, Jesus, fuck, he says. That's what he said.
Wait, I watch this on YouTube now.
It was bleeped.
First thing I wrote was, he's cursing left and right and bleeped repeatedly. You've been drinking, I wrote. Drunk off his ass Rock is still an all-timer.
It's World Wrestling Entertainment, and I was fucking entertained.